There is a kind of conflict that feels distant. It can be discussed, analyzed, debated. It remains abstract. And then there is another kind of conflict, the one that has a face, a voice you recognize, a history you cannot erase. Arjuna is not standing before strangers. He is not opposing an unnamed force. He is facing people he knows, teachers who once shaped his understanding, relatives tied to his earliest memories, companions who shared meals, laughter, and trust. The battlefield may be vast, but the conflict is intimate. This changes everything. Abstract duty can be discussed calmly. Personal conflict cannot. When the opponent is unfamiliar, action feels clean. When the opponent is familiar, action carries weight. Not because the situation is unclear, but because the consequences are irreversible. The Gita does not dramatize this. It does not heighten the tension with spectacle. It does not rush toward moral clarity. Instead, it slows down. It allows the moment to remain heavy. Arjuna's struggle here is not about courage. It is about recognition. He recognizes the people before him, and in recognizing them, he recognizes parts of himself. This is where conflict becomes real. When conflict is abstract, memory stays quiet. But when conflict is personal, memory rises first, before strategy, before judgment, before resolve. Arjuna does not see enemies. He sees faces that carry time, moments of instruction, shared victories, private failures witnessed by those now standing opposite him. Memory does not ask permission. It appears suddenly, without structure, and it weakens the clean lines of duty. In such moments, action no longer feels like a single step forward. It feels like a breaking. To act now would not only change the future, it would rewrite the past. This is why personal conflict is so difficult to navigate. It does not remain in the present. It pulls the past into the decision, and it projects loss into the future. The mind becomes crowded. Arjuna's body responds again, not with fear of defeat, but with the weight of consequence. The Gita does not tell us that memory is a mistake. It does not say attachment should be erased. It simply shows us how memory complicates action. This complexity is not weakness. It is the cost of being human. Those who feel nothing act easily. Those who remember hesitate. And hesitation, in this context, is not failure. It is awareness encountering reality. There is another quiet truth the Gita reveals here. When conflict becomes personal, it becomes isolating. Advice from the outside loses relevance. Rules feel distant. Even shared values feel suddenly insufficient. No one else stands exactly where Arjuna stands. Others may fight. Others may act decisively, but his position is singular. This is often the most difficult part of personal conflict, the feeling that no one else can fully carry the weight with you. Responsibility narrows. Choice becomes private, and the mind begins to turn inward. Arjuna's questions are no longer about what is right in theory. They are about what he can live with, what he can carry forward, what kind of person he becomes after this moment. The Gita does not interrupt this inward turn. It does not insist on immediate clarity. Instead, it allows the solitude to be seen. This solitude is not abandonment. It is the space where genuine reflection begins. When conflict is personal, clarity cannot be borrowed. It must emerge, slowly, often painfully, and without shortcuts. The Gita does something rare here. It allows the weight to remain. There is no quick reassurance, no immediate resolution. Arjuna is not told to ignore his feelings. He is not told they are wrong. But he is also not told they should decide everything. Instead, the moment is held. Duty remains present. Emotion remains present. Neither is removed. This is the central tension. When conflict is abstract, decisions can be optimized. When conflict is personal, decisions must be integrated. They must include the full human cost. The Gita suggests that maturity does not come from choosing one side immediately. It comes from staying present long enough for understanding to deepen. Arjuna's stillness is not paralysis. It is containment. He does not act prematurely. He does not flee. He stays. And in staying, he creates the conditions for a different kind of clarity, one that does not deny emotion, one that does not abandon responsibility, but holds both without collapse. This is not an easy position. It requires patience, honesty, and a willingness to remain uncomfortable. The text invites us to recognize this posture in ourselves. When we face people we care about, when decisions affect relationships, not outcomes, when right and wrong are entangled with love and memory, the Gita does not rush us through these moments. It treats them with seriousness, because when conflict is personal, the question is no longer simply what should be done. It becomes who we are willing to become in the process, and that question cannot be answered quickly. It must be lived into, quietly, attentively, without escape.